Hey, there it is.
Did we do it?
We're live on all the things and stuff. Hey, there it is.
Did we do it?
We're live on all the things and stuff.
I did it.
I did it.
Of course, mine still says hosting nighttime.
You have to unhost
Let's
nighttime.
control N5.
You have to unhost the nighttime, unfortunately.
No,
We did
it said Dungeon Nytes was hosting nighttime.
Oh.
But
you
Control
can stop
F5
that.
fixed it.
Control F5 fixes most things, fortunately.
God.
Fortunately.
Doesn't Control Alt
You sure
Delete
that
fix
overlay is
everything?
correct?
F4. Let's check out.
Certainly looks it. The D&D Beyond extension needs to be changed.
Oh. That is something. Thank you.
I don't know. I can play Tika.
Give me drink.
I can't think.
What the what? Okay. Okay. Alright, that should update soon. Let me know when that extension's updated.
Nothing, a little
It's
refresh.
updated. I just refreshed it. And it's
Yep. Looks good.
Oh, that's right. We're not.
The damn tweet. Of all the things. There it goes. It's going, though. It's going. Maybe. It's thinking about it.
Think about that.
It says, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.
I guess I should retweet this. When it comes up. Jeez.
It's really thinking about it. It's really thinking. There it goes. It thought.
Ah. Somebody was fast.
Hey, I love
Bam.
how it then disappeared off of my feed. Click the buttons and then it just disappeared. Like, nah, you're good.
Gone. Ooh. Fun things. We'll give people a couple minutes to trickle in as we sit and verify that all the things are good and stuff. Woo! I'm excited. Ooh, that does have to be visible for dice to roll. So that's a thing.
That's interesting.
We had that problem before, I think, with Roll20. It has to be on top.
Yeah, the Roll20 screen has to be on top, which is fine.
But it also
That's not a
showed
problem.
12 instead of a 3.
What? It might have been an old rule that cached. But you should be good now.
I made Bemir's die a very flashy rojo.
Rojo?
Yeah, you can have red now that Godric is instilling it.
Ooh. Tossing shade at your shadow. Oh, man. Oh. So while we're waiting for people to file in, let's just kind of go around. So it's been a few weeks since we had a chance to play. Because... Curses. Quite literally, curses. And we're finally getting over those things. Thank God.
Somebody cast Remove Curse.
Yeah? Thorin, was that you?
Thorin finally got that rest and was able to rework his spellbook.
Perfect. Because we needed that. We needed that bad. Ooh, what's that? What is this? Ooh. Sorry, I'm playing around with music while we're talking. But yeah, so we finally got a curse at least waylaid for the time being. I was on vacation for a week. Before that, I think we were having issues with either people being out or being sick or having special occasions in their life. And then we continued to have tech issues for the past, I don't know, week or two, which sucked because we had been using Roll20 for a long time. And then we started doing this looking around as other VTTs were starting to come in prominence, and I was trying to look to do more visually with the stream. And so started looking into Fantasy Grounds and looking into Foundry, because those are the two most popular other options than Roll20. But unfortunately, or fortunately, we went over to Foundry. Foundry has some really neat things that it can do. Some super neat things that it can do. But unfortunately, it's still very much in early active development, and there are lots of things that break whenever they update. And as a content creator where you need stuff to be reliable, that is not okay. So we're back to Roll20. There's some things that we're going to miss for sure, like having the Beyond 20 extension roll physical dice. Damn it. That was so nice. And be able to do a lot of native stuff from your PC, and now we have to do everything through the web, but we're going to adjust. Roll20's got some good stuff too. We used it for a long time. We can use it again. We just got to get used to it. So, all that being said, we're finally, hopefully, back on a path to have some consistency, which we need desperately. Please, curse, go away. But what have you guys been up to in the past little bit? What's been new?
Being sick, that's pretty much it, Faded.
Being sick sucks.
A lot of car issues. Don't know why.
That's odd.
Did you get that situation handled?
Now I finally have, part of it. I had to take it back into a shop because they screwed something up in the shop. And I couldn't get my car out of the park. It just stuck there for a while until I could get into the manual release. So thankfully, finally that's fixed. Now I'm just gotta get the air conditioner fixed. Living in Texas without an AC in your car sucks.
Yeah, the AC in my car's broke too.
Ooh, that's rough. Feel you, and it's almost August.
Yeah.
You're in trouble.
Nah, I'm a hermit. I don't go anywhere, anyways.
I was talking about corrupt.
Yeah, it's not pleasant whatsoever.
I did like a summer without air conditioning in Texas once. And it was not pleasant.
Why?
Money.
I mean, yeah, but Why? I would be finding other things to cut.
I don't drive as much as I can at this point.
That is.
If I'm not going to work, I don't leave the house unless it's in my roommate's car.
It's just a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It was bad when you'd have days where it was raining but the sun was still out.
Mm-hmm. And there,
You can't roll down the windows, but it's still baking you.
Yeah, I just roll down the windows. I don't care at this point.
Got that.
Well, the inside of the car was still nice, so
Get that 265 AC going. I grew up in Cali. I know what that's about. No, actually funny. I had an old boss that she always said that whenever her preferred road trip setup was AC on, windows down. I was like, okay.
Actually, don't mind that. That's actually kind of nice.
What? Like I get it. You got the cold air blowing on you, but
it's wasteful as crap. But it is nice.
But you get, I guess you get all the open air too. I don't know, constant freshness.
Best of both worlds.
No.
No.
That's fair. It's weird.
I mean, to be fair,
Especially like I guess it depends on where in California, but like in smog country, no.
Dude, if you go through Central California with your windows down, you might as well just like invite a cow to take a dump in your passenger seat. That's what it's going to smell like the entire way.
I'm from rural Michigan. I know all about the cow smell. I grew up with it.
Just like you can't even see them, and you can smell it. You're just like, oh, windows up, internal air circulate.
You know, I would. Okay, so I didn't imagine this conversation going this way, but
it's fine.
I'd rather smell cow shit than horse piss.
Fair. As someone who's cleaned a number of stalls, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. All right, well, we have let enough people file in at this point. Let us get started. I'm gonna go ahead and give that I've been messing around with music here for everybody that was on the stream. You could hear it. We've got some all kinds of stuff. That last thing sounded very, very Dark Soulsy. But here we are, back again. And I will once again say welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeon Nytes, our weekly dose of D&D from us to you last time on the Sword of Phandalin. The party encountered a problem. Scouts had been ravaged in the forest and brought back to the city for treatment. They were being treated in a military tent inside the town, and after being questioned by the crew as night fell, there was screaming and awful sounds coming from the tent, people running with huge cuts on their faces and bodies. And as the party made their way into the tent or around the tent, they saw that the 3 soldiers that survived and had been injured that they talked to previously had been turned into werewolves at the coming of the moon. 2 were killed. 1 was subdued, chained, and is currently sitting in the town hall prison. And the rest have been bound with iron and are sequestered in the party's planning room within the tavern, albeit confined forcefully with help of many objects, including the heaviest table in the tavern, to make sure that they stay in should transformation occur unexpectedly. After all was said and done, and the crisis was thought to at least have been managed for the time being. There was howling that could be heard in the distance. Ashin quickly made his way to the northmost gate. Well, northeastmost gate. And looked out into the distance to see if he could see the howling and see the source. He could not, but he did hear the howling continue. And the howling turned to laughter. And that is where we left it last time. Ashin, you are standing atop a guard tower, looking out into the forest. You can see the road that weaves its way off to the right and into the beyond. Forest sprawl as far as you can see. The laughter stops. There's a stillness to the air.
Not really much I can do. Well, the nighttime is really kind of my element. I should really go check up on everybody else. Is there a guard up in the tower with me?
Mm-hmm. You bet your ass there is.
I'm going to look at him. If you see and or hear anything else, send a runner. Come get me.
He's going to kind of turn his head and look at you, looking rather shaken and panicked.
I slap him in the face.
What was that for?
Now's not the time to panic.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll keep watch. Send a runner if I see anything.
Okay.
You kind of see him look out into the distance.
Best not to light a torch, by the way. Keep it dark.
He's gonna look at you. I can't see in the dark. How am I supposed to see if I don't have a torch?
Would you like to get shot by a, random arrow coming out of the forest somewhere because you're standing next to a lit torch in the middle of the night?
No, you think that's gonna happen?
It could. You heard the laughter, right? That means person.
Yeah, and I heard howling too, which means wolves. Like the ones we had back there?
Yeah, werewolves, man.
He's just going to take his bow and just kind of ready it. Okay. I hope I don't die.
When's your shift change?
I don't know. It just changed. I just got up here.
How long is your shift?
4 hours.
Get out of here.
Sir?
Yeah, get out of here. I'm an elf, man. I'll rest for 4 hours. I'll do your shift for you. Get out of here.
Is there something else you want me to do?
Go get some sleep.
As you look at him, you kind of notice that his eyes do look a little red, almost like he'd been pulled out of sleep rather abruptly. Okay. Okay. I'll go. And he kind of puts the arrow back into the quiver on his hip and puts his bow over his back and starts walking. Thump, 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 down the stairs.
I will stand watch.
Okay. I need you to give me a perception check.
It's a 31.
The first hour, you see nothing. With your acute dark vision, everything looks a gray haze. But your trained ranger eyes are easily looking to track movement. You see small game kind of coming close to the wall, little rabbits, the occasional deer. You notice that the creatures seem to be kind of pushing this direction, but you don't see anything else. The second hour goes by, and by this time, it's probably, I want to say 2 or so in the morning. You had that kind of attack happen as night first came on, and then all of the time it's taken you guys to fight the creatures, to get everyone assembled, to get everyone into the tavern. It's been long. It's been hard. But Ashin, you're standing steadfast. The third hour comes. Ashin, you see movement in the distance. It's too far for you to make out exactly what's happening, but you begin to see kind of what looks like a number of shadows moving across the road from one part of the forest to the other, moving east to west. Give me another roll to see if you were able to see what they were.
23.
So as you're looking out in the distance, you see this shadow. And at first you aren't overly kind of sure what it was. So you kind of keep watch and begin scanning kind of in that overall area. Kind of back and forth. You're able to see the same thing happen about 10 minutes later, going back in the opposite direction. And you recognize it at being a little bit closer, but still a good ways off. You see what appears to be 5 wolf-like creatures. Large, running on all fours, moving left to right.
I just watched them.
This happens again one more time. Although they don't move closer, but they do move back from east to west. And the final time, you're able to see that they're chasing something. Looks like it was probably a deer. You hear kind of a faint cry in the distance, followed by some very faint snarls. Time goes on. You enter the 4th hour of your watch. You begin to hear a series of howls, one after the other, spaced about a minute apart.
Can I get a sense of like general direction, kind of where the howls are originating from?
Give me another roll.
$18.
You, at first, just kind of perk up, and you can tell that it's kind of coming straight north of you. You hear the second one, and it's to the east, third one to the west, and then a final one back to the north.
I make notes.
As you continue watching out, a few minutes later, you begin to hear a faint rustling sound in the distance.
Like, how far are we talking?
Like on the edge of your ears. It's so faint, but you're trained to hear these things. You're trained to hear the small rustling of bushes, the wind in the trees. It almost sounds like a stiff wind in the trees, kind of blowing through. That same kind of rustling sound, if there were a constant wind blowing. But you make note to yourself that there's no wind right now.
Okay. I just continue to make notes kind of everything that I've observed over the last 4 hours.
Over the next 10 minutes, the rustling doesn't stop. And it gets louder. And as you peer out, you can see out to the north in the forest. You begin to see the trees moving like a wave is approaching the city.
I look around the tower for the guard horn, and then I blow it.
There is not a guard horn.
Is there a bell?
Nope.
Oh. I pull out my bagpipes.
As good as any.
And I just blow into them as hard as I can. Like one flat, loud note.
The brown note. Thank you. You play the brown note. As you do, a number of people around the guard tower kind of stumble out of their homes and tents. Oi! What is that?
I just call out, something's approaching the city. 2 arms.
You hear kind of people start shouting, 2 arms! 2 arms! And running through the city. The sound reaches, and probably 30 seconds later, you all at the tavern. Actually, we haven't established yet. Asteria, where did you go? After, let's go back in time. Back to the tavern.
I'm not sure where I went. I really don't remember.
Where would you meditate for the night?
Probably in the same spot she always meditates at.
So in the garden?
Yeah.
So you would have gone to the garden. Thorin, I think you said you were going to go up to the room.
No, I'm still downstairs sleeping on that table.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Near that door.
Bamir.
Bamir would have gone to his room.
So, Thorin and Asteria, you two are probably the most likely to hear things first. Asteria, you would probably be ending your meditation if you had kind of gone right to it.
Okay.
So I would give you credit for a long rest. Everyone else can take a short rest, aka Thorn and Bamir. So Asteria, you begin hearing people shouting, "To arms! To arms! To the walls!" As you're coming out of your trance.
To go running towards the wall.
You tell me. Don't. It's not a question. You're Asteria.
I'm
What are
telling
you doing?
She'll go running towards the wall.
Oh, there you go. All right, so you go running towards the wall. Thorin, you kind of... Huh?
Immediately grabbing sword and looking toward that door to see where that noise came from. Make sure it's not has nothing to do with the people in there.
You're kind of disoriented. Go ahead and give me a roll real quick. Straight roll.
Oh, straight roll.
Yeah, so you're a little disoriented, and you were a little light on the bottle once you were done, so you're not quite as hurt as you thought you might have been, or you maybe normally are when you first wake up after a sleep or out of a sleep, and you immediately can hear that there's footsteps outside, and you can hear the screaming outside. You kind of take a moment to put an ear to the door, and it doesn't sound like anyone's, anything out of the ordinary is happening in the room.
Running toward the noises.
You rush outside the tavern. Do you got the front door or the back door?
Front door.
So you go bursting out the front door. The sound of you kind of rushing through the door and the door slamming would probably be enough to wake you up, Amir.
My hair.
Amir! What's going on? Amir, as you kind of stumble up out of your bed, you quickly begin to hearing people shouting to arms, and you hear voices picking up out in the street.
He's gonna toss on his armor and head out.
Amir, you kind of come stumbling out of your room. You heard a loud bang a few moments ago. And you kind of open your door, you look down, you don't see Thorin anywhere. Droop kind of opens the door to his room. What's going on? Why is everyone yelling?
Nah, I don't know, but that's probably not good. I'm gonna go see.
What should I do?
Put on your helmet, and if anybody comes in here that doesn't order a drink, hit him with a stick.
Stab him with a dagger, hit him with the stick, okay?
Yeah.
Got it.
Dagger, yeah, silver, good.
He just reaches into a little pile he has in the back of his little closet, essentially, and you see him go, and his helmet's on, and you see basically this really tired face of Droop just all of a sudden go into these blood red eyes that just glow from underneath this helmet. Okay, I'm ready. Okay,
All right.
come here.
You stay here, guard the tavern.
Will do.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Droop kind of follows you downstairs, and you see him kind of sit on top of the bar. Just stick in one hand, dagger in the other.
Alright, we'll be back soon, hopefully, buddy.
Good luck. Where's everybody else?
I'm assuming they woke up first.
Oh, good. All right, bye.
Bye.
Careful.
Yep.
You run out into the street, Bamir, to see Thorin, who has kind of been swimming upstream, so to speak, as there are people kind of running away from the north wall and others, namely guards, kind of pushing towards the wall. You see Thorin kind of in between people moving through, his armor kind of flashing in the light, and you can kind of hear the thunk, 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 thunk. Not everyone's got armor like Thorin.
I don't think anybody has armor like Thorin.
At least not here in Phandalin.
I don't know if they make it any bigger.
He does stand a good, like, 1.5 above everybody else, too, so he's not hard to see.
Like a freaking beacon.
You follow him. Asteria, you are kind of first to the front of the city. And as a reminder, the city has continued to change over time. The fortifications of the city have gotten better, and now that there is a full stone wall, there's not a portcullis or any type of that mechanism. They're not that advanced yet, but there are 2 very large, very heavy wooden doors that kind of open inward to the city that are currently barred by a giant beam. And they are next to the guard tower that you can see Ashin up top staring out into the blackness.
Don't see a way to get up there.
The stairs?
Just take the stairs.
So you make your way up to the tower,
Yes.
kind of winding your way up with a couple sets of stairs to get to the top of the wall. You see Ashin, again, just staring out into the black. Ashin, you sense, well, you hear the footsteps coming up the tower, and you kind of sense someone behind you.
Can I roll perception to see if I could figure out that it's her footsteps
Sure.
without looking?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been traveling together for 10 years. You can tell that she's a Lightfoot.
Ah!
Damn.
Okay.
Good. You are on fire tonight, sir. Yeah, you hear the delicate nature of the steps, and as Asteria kind of makes her way up, you kind of can feel her presence before in the cadence and are confident, very confident that it's Asteria.
I just point in the direction that I'm seeing stuff. And with my other hand, I just hand her the paper that I wrote everything that I observed over the last 4 hours without even taking my eyes off the objective.
She kind of looks at him strange. Because she... No, she has dark vision. She can't see anything. I know his is red.
I mean, I can see further than you with dark vision, but I've just been out here for so long. I'm more listening, even though I'm using my eyes to kind of watch. I'm listening, and what I'm hearing is telling me where all this is coming from.
Yeah, Asteria, go ahead and give me a perception check.
No, wait. I rolled the wrong thing. Do you want me to roll it on...
Yep, just use your little macro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Asteria, you kind of see him pointing, and you look out into the dark, and once your eyes kind of settle from the street lights, you kind of focus in the distance, and you begin to hear the sound of the rustling. It sounds just like wind blowing through trees, though again, your druid nature, you're kind of taking a brief minute to look up and look around. You don't perceive any wind, and you kind of taken aback a little bit. by the fact that you just hear this sound, and then as you look further where Ashin is pointing, you can see the tops of the trees just kind of swaying back and forth. Some violently, some softly, but it's a very large swath of area.
Hysteria.
Hmm.
One, how far can you cast Moonbeam away from you? Can you light that area up?
One moment, please. Give or take about 120 feet.
Is that far enough, DM?
No.
We would have to wait for them to get up close.
Yeah.
Or
I then take my eyes off what I was looking at and I look at her. Be ready.
so I'm gonna stay up here.
Yes, but be ready to leave if we have to make a quick exit too.
Okay.
Thorin, as you're kind of running through the street, an interesting effect is about you. People seem concerned and panicked, and as you pass by them, you see them kind of momentarily stop and kind of almost have a bit more of a hopeful look on their face and a little bit of a tighter resolve. And as you quickly move, they kind of go from stopping and then kind of shaking their heads and running again. Some stopping to turn and run with you and kind of stay in your presence, but most are just kind of having this kind of weird effect. You make your way up, and as you're running up the main street towards this gate, Moira sees you. Thorin! You know what's happened?
What? I have no idea. I was asleep. What's going on?
I don't know. I just heard the arms at the wall. I'm making my way up there. I heard Ashin's there.
Guess we know where we're going then.
Right. I'll run with you. And so she begins to run with you. Bamir, you're seeing this from not too far back as you're gaining kind of quickly on Thorin. You're kind of quickly able to nimbly move through the crowd, but you're seeing this kind of odd phenomenon of people kind of stopping their panic and then just either resuming or turning and following.
How does he do it?
You all kind of make your way towards the gate at around the same time. Ashin, you kind of hear Moira's voice. Ashin! What's wrong?
I look down over the edge of the back of the tower, looking for her.
You look down and you see kind of Moira and Thorin, and then Bamir kind of coming up right next and standing to Thorin on his right side.
I kind of put my fingers to my lips and whistle, point at her, and motion for her to come up here.
She kind of sprints up the steps. What's wrong? What do you see?
I've been kind of watching wolves all night and listening to them. And then I hand her the paper that I had given to Hysteria. All of my notes from the night of what I observed. And then I point at the moving trees. And then I relay to her and Hysteria of my interaction with this group prior, way out in the forests to the north some time ago, and the massive goblin army that was moving through the trees.
I think Assyria already knew about that, though.
I just refreshed the memory.
Okay.
As you're saying that, Moira looks out into the darkness. Oh, Sheen, I can't see what you're talking about, but I'll get all the guards. We'll get on the gate. We'll get on the wall.
Moira, do you have a torch on you?
Yeah. Hold on. And she kind of takes off a little pack that she has and pulls out a torch.
I grab my knife and I cut off some of like the pitch-soaked rag from her torch, and I wrap it around an arrowhead real quick, and I knock it into my bow, and I hold it in front of her. Like me.
You see her take out a flint and stone, strikes it again. Third strike gives you enough spark, and you see the arrow just...
I look out in the direction that I had seen everything before, and I fire.
What's your max range, Ashin?
600 feet.
600 feet. So basically 300 yards?
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
That's accurately, by the way. I can shoot further than that. It would be at disadvantage.
Is it 200 yards or 300 yards?
300 feet is 100 yards.
Yeah, so 200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ashin, as you pull this thing back and you let loose, I want you to give me... What's your modifier based off? Dex? Your attack modifier is based off Dex?
Yes.
I want you to give me a Dex check.
Okay. 16.
Okay. And now I want you to give me a... It's not religion. What would be religion in this?
What do you mean?
Like, if you were praying to a deity.
It would be a religion.
Just religion?
It'd be a religion check. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a religion check as well.
That's a 4.
So, you kind of pull back on this arrow, and you kind of give it a little extra because you know that they're still out of your range. And so you kind of pull your string back as far as it can go in loose to see what else you can get. You see your arrow leave your vision for a small period of time until it becomes nothing more than a small speck of light in the distance. As it falls into the forest, Ashin, you look out to see... Give me a perception check.
Uh, 14.
You see the leaves on the top of the trees break, and you see this circle form around the arrow and then move forward.
I'll look at more. Did you catch that?
Oh shit, I can't
Too
see
far?
shit.
Well, shit. There is something... potentially many things in the trees coming in this direction. They're quite far.
Can you make that shot again?
Yeah, I could do it again. You need me to do it again?
Just gonna grab an arrow from you and cast daylight on it. It's gonna be very bright up there for a moment, so I need you to shoot this now.
Okay. I take the arrow. And I fire again.
Give me a dex check again.
15.
Give me another religion check.
Religion's like one of my worst ones.
It's fine.
9.
Ashin, as you pull back on this arrow of daylight, your entire arm begins to glow, and you pull back even farther. You can feel your bow in your hands. It feels if you were to pull any further, it would snap. And right at that moment, you loose the arrow, and it looks almost like a lightning bolt sailing or a shooting star through the sky, giving off a radiant glow. As it gets further away, it actually looks like a ball of light flying through the air. And as it trails into the distance, all of you look. And you once again are able to see, for those of you that can't really see that well in the dark, you begin to see the movement on the top of the trees as they're swaying, and it literally looks like an ocean wave coming. How it's like the trees kind of dip down and then come back up as things are moving through them. And you see kind of what only Ashin could see before, how as the arrow comes down, everything just kind of moves out from around it and continues to go towards the city.
I look at Moira.
Silence, Belthorn.
Moira,
Aye?
please tell me we have buckets of pitch.
Aye.
They need to be at this wall now.
Aye. And
Any preparations that we can make rapidly for siege need to be done now.
she just turns around, and a contingent of guards has kind of been gathering down below. Bamir, are you up on the tower, or are you still down?
Silence spell.
Silence spell.
I'm still down.
Bamir, you've noticed kind of a bunch of soldiers kind of gathering around. One comes up to you. It's the one that Ashin kicked off the wall earlier. What happened? What's going on?
I don't know.
You don't know? Why is everyone over here?
I'm assuming because something dangerous is headed this way.
As you guys are having that conversation, you see Moira kind of lean over the railing of the guard tower and shout down, "All right, it's time! Go get buckets of pitch! You know they are everyone we have to this wall right now. Except those at the other posts. We need eyes everywhere. Bribe every able-bodied person to come. Grab some pitch, chuck it over a wall. We need the deterrent. Grab your bows. As many arrows as you can carry. There's something to poke something with. Go now!"
Somebody needs to be making some arrows ready for fire.
You two! Did you hear that? Up here with me now. You see these two guys run up the stairs. You two. Buckets of pitch, arrows. I want them here. You understand me? They shake their heads. One runs down the stairs and runs to go get a bucket of pitch. The other one goes towards the arms tent to go and get as many arrows as he can carry. About 2 minutes later, you see one guy come back with 2 buckets of pitch and a whole bunch of scraps over one shoulder. The other guy holding just quivers of arrows. He probably has 200 arrows.
I start helping make those arrows ready.
Bamir will probably climb up the tower and when he sees those 2 guys run off. What's going on there, boss?
I hand him the papers with my notes on it.
Wolves. Okay, so you saw wolves and they ate a deer. And there's howling in 3 different directions.
Yes, and a hulking mass of something coming at us from the trees in that direction.
Are you sure it's just that direction?
It's the only direction I heard them and saw. I stand up, and then I start looking everywhere else and scanning to see if there's more motion coming from multiple directions.
Moira kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. It's all right. If there's things coming from other directions, we'll hear about it.
I go back to making more arrows. Anyone else want to help? Just wrap cloth, dip and pitch. Set aside. Wrap cloth, dip and pitch. Set aside.
As you all are working on that, about another, 3 to 5 minutes goes by. And Ashin, as you are occasionally looking up, you notice the wave stopped.
It stopped.
Where?
I point.
How far away did they stop? She
I
was
will
up there looking too.
I'll roll perception.
Okay.
28.
Couldn't have been more than 30 seconds. You've been looking up after every arrow you wrap to try and keep eyes and see how close.
With that perception check, can I kind of gauge what kind of distance we're talking about?
About 100
Like
yards out.
So about 300 feet.
You still can't see anything, but the trees aren't moving anymore and the rustling stopped.
So it's about 300 yards out?
Yep. 300 feet.
300 feet.
Yep.
What do you think they're doing?
I look at Asteria.
Hmm?
I'm really sorry. I'm gonna try something. I'm just apologizing to you now.
What
And
are you gonna try?
I light one of the arrows. I'd like to shoot specifically at a tree in that area to see if I can create a little bit of a bigger fire.
It's a pretty lush forest, Ashin. You're probably not going to be able to start a large fire.
What do I have in my inventory? Nothing that goes boom. Okay.
Did you just say you were looking for something that goes boom?
Yes. I was going to try to light up the area that I last saw them in, but I don't have anything that goes boom. that I can
Trying
put
to
on this arrow.
light up or blow up?
Yes.
I mean, because I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, obviously, if you blow them up, that would.
Please explain to me how it's a bad idea.
Actually, I don't know. I just woke up.
I'm sorry. I haven't been to sleep yet. Laura, you don't have anything that goes boom, do you?
When did you start sleeping?
Sorry, Yashin, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna keep watching. I know some people that might have stuff that goes boom, but I don't want to take my eyes off of what I'm watching.
You hear a
I'll call my
howl.
horse.
You hear a howl in the distance.
Y'all heard that right? Y'all heard that? I'm not going crazy? Okay.
You're not going crazy, Ashin.
You hear another howl to the west and another howl to the east. And then a fourth howl back to the north.
I think they might start coming soon.
Likely a possibility. I hope you're all ready.
You barely see. How's that for ready?
Unfortunately, I don't have any way of helping you be able to see at night.
Get things that come close.
Well, either they're gonna start coming for us, or maybe we should go for them. But
So, Thorin, that nice, really big gate that's kind of below us, when the shit hits the fan, probably going to need you there.
Understood.
Bamir, whatever you can do to keep him alive.
so needy.
As you say that, Bamir, you all begin to hear this chanting. Soft at first, mostly coming from the north. Just sounds like, I don't know, a little bit of a war cry. It's kind of shrill in some parts. Just, hoo, 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 hoo. And it kind of picks up, and you hear more voices stack on top of it, and stack on top of it, and continue to stack on top of it. Just more and more and more voices until the night is filled with the sound of these chants. You hear a much louder, "Howl!" and it stops.
Can I see if I can make out if they're like a lot closer?
They have not moved any closer. There's been 0 movement.
So I wonder what they're waiting for.
I have no idea.
You look over to either side of the wall. You can see the guards. Some stand with resolve, many visibly shaken. Wide eyes, looks of panic. You've trained them for this, but they've never been through this. After everything that happened with the werewolves the night before, they are in short supply of courage. And after hearing the number of voices chanting in the night, they're scared.
Mir will sit up or stand up tall, turn around so that he's facing the walls. Say, men, the sword is brandished. But we need our shield. They will break against it. So stand strong. For we fight for Phandalin. For Phandalin!
Give me a performance check.
Say 19.
You have to roll in
Oh,
the D
right.
thingy.
I quit. Quit roll 20.
Oh. You're lucky that I love you, and it's been a long time since we played, so I'll let you keep your 19, but no for next time. You see a lot of them kind of look
Oh, yeah.
over.
I could
Oh,
spend inspiration.
Do you have inspiration? You better use
Yeah.
that ish then. That's a good call.
Bard, sir.
Should have kept the 19.
You look over, Bamir. Your words, whereas previously have inspired hope and courage, are not enough to overcome
Oh, 13.
their fears. You see some stand a little bolder, but some still shaken. As you
How
scream
far
for
away from the
Phandalin,
tavern are we?
I mean, a ways. You guys are
Like
a good bit.
500 feet?
Yeah, why?
I want to cast Dimension Door,
Okay.
and I want it to be right in front of Godoric's sword at the bar. And
Okay.
I'm going to reach through the dimension door, grab the sword, and pull it back through.
I'll allow it. Absolutely. Go for it.
And then I'm going to yell, "Give me all your meat," and raise it into the air.
Roll again. I'll give you advantage because that's freaking clutch.
Oh my god.
I'm going home. I'm going home.
When
Hey, do you want that 19 still?
when they
Not
look
anymore.
over
Not anymore. That's too good.
and they see Godoric's sword, they're reminded of his absence. And instead of being inspired by Godoric's famed carnage of the Carne, they're terrified without him there to defend them, as they spent a long time training with him, building with him, working with him, and they remember that he's dead, and they start to think that they will die too. You even see some people think about looking back and looking down to see if they should flee from the wall.
I stand up next to Bamir. I will stand with you. I look at the rest of the people and I say, this is our home, and we must stand firm now, lest they burn our homes down.
Ashim, give me.
I'll give you a performance check.
Give me. Yeah, give me a performance check.
That's a 9.
Okay.
Technically lower than mine.
It is. You see some of the guards come around and start to remember. Well, that's right. We've got the fist here. We have the sword. They just kind of look out into the blackness and look at you and just kind of wait in the darkness. Seeing you stand up, Ashin, Moira just stands up. Listen here, you lot. I didn't train you to be sissies. If something moves, kill it. That kind of resolve kind of helps a little bit more. And the guys on the wall are as ready as they're going to be. As approaching down the road, out of the forest, runs a very large black wolf. At first, it runs out on all fours. It then stands up on two legs, a hulking beast. Thorin, it's far away, but you can tell based on...
Can't see nothing.
You can see enough on the road by the moonlight.
Okay.
You can see the shadow of this figure, and you start sizing it up. You can tell this thing is at least as big as you. Considering that you were near eye to eye with the ones before, you got a real good sense of how big these things can be. This one's bigger. Ashin, you shoot it? Do you?
What do you think, guys? Should I shoot it?
You don't. I was gonna.
I mean, sounds like something Ashin would do.
Yeah, I'm shooting it.
Roll to hit.
$21.
It is right at the edge of your range. As you loose the arrow, it sticks in the ground right in front of the wolf. You hear a howl. And as the tone changes from a howl to a laugh, you all see the form of this wolf change into the form of a dark elf.
I shoot it again.
Roll again.
Another 21.
Right next to him. He doesn't move. It's really hard to make out because you only can see by the moonlight. But Ashin, you can see enough to see this is a dark elf. He's holding a staff. Some form of armor on, but you can't tell from your distance.
I curse at him in his native language.
He returns in common.
Oh, come now, that's not very nice.
What was that? Come closer, I can't hear you.
His voice is booming. He's clearly probably using like thaumaturgy or something to project.
I think I'm close enough for now.
Scared?
Hey, I recognize you.
You're kind of far away. I'm still having a hard time hearing you.
I bet you didn't have a hard time hearing when we were in your village, you miserable elf. I've got some friends that are so hungry to meet you again.
Uh-huh.
Listen to me, you miserable curs of Phandalin. We could give two shits about your village, town, city, thing. It'll be overrun in moments, done in seconds. But it doesn't have to be. We only want one thing. Her. Oh, come on now, princess. You have seen us before. You know our destruction. You really want this entire city turned to ash, just like that poor elf's little town? Come
Killed
on
your people
over.
then too.
True. A couple died. But so many of yours will this time. Is it really worth it? I'm giving you a chance. Don't say I'm not compassionate. I really don't care. I willingly sacrifice this horde of goblins, and they know it. Mindless little bastards. And we'll overtake you. And all I need do is say a word, and those already infected will bend to my will, and more wolves will arise from within your city. I hope you understand your situation. Your city will continue to turn, and eventually either they'll deliver you to me because they're afraid, or they'll deliver you to me because they're under my control as my faithful pack members. All we need do is go back home. Don't you miss it? Your mother, she misses you so deeply.
She is not my mother. Yes, I miss home. I don't miss what she's doing to my home.
Time is ticking. Choice is yours.
Siri just kind of looks at Asheen. Like, what do we do?
Asheen is internally praying.
For what?
Probably for his arm to stop burning.
Guidance.
As you do that, we're going to take a very short break. Very short. You got to pee. The time is now. Be right back.
Okay. Thank you.
But Silas, the puppers.
Don't you start. Don't start.
Buff.
Dog.
Upcast crew. What up? Thank you so much for the raid. Missed you guys. How are you doing? I hope you had a fantastic stream. I've been on vacation. We've been having technical difficulties, so we haven't been on, but it's amazing to see you. Also, hi, Geigen. Smug. Smug, there's been a lot of nope going on tonight. And yes, Pepsi. Not sponsored, but zero sugar. For when you want the fizz without the calories. Just a bit. Dude, I'd be noping out. 100%. Things are heating up. You're really watching for that corrupt ghost? I mean, the things are changing back there.
They go fast when something's touching it. Really fast.
Ah. So we just gotta watch for that, huh? You heard him. Goes fast.
Kind of like that.
Go fast.
Did it do it? It might have.
I'm watching intently. I'm
I
like,
don't even notice it.
they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. It's on auto now, but he's saying like if something touches it, it goes like really, really fast. I'm watching. So for those who don't know, Corrupt has spirits also as roommates.
Yeah, got a little ghosty friend.
So it gets interesting. I'm moving off a couple times. Now I'm gonna touch creeped. Ashin, give me a religion check while we're waiting.
9.
9. I'm going to give you advantage at this point. Maybe one more.
18.
Okay. I love the poppers, by the way. Little popper's face that comes up and says, "Hi. You got snacks? I like snacks. Can I have
I was
snacks?
eating some Cheez-Its. That's why I came over here.
I like snacks, Mom. Mom, can I have snacks?
His favorite snack is an ice cube.
Kisses. Kisses. Snacks. Kisses. Snacks. Atlas loves ice cubes. We give him ice cubes like every night. It's like
I put some in his water so that he has them in his water too. But every time I'm in the kitchen, if I'm like getting water out of the off the refrigerator thing,
there you go.
Yep, Doggo gets an ice cube.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He plays with them. He eats them, but he plays with them too.
Atlas is
Pushes them around with his nose and chases them.
Yeah, he likes to throw things. He just chucks his head back and just like throws things.
Carrie,
His toys.
is Silas's bone in there with you right now?
Yeah, but he gets very loud and boisterous with it.
Like, do you have
Oh,
it? Can you show the bone?
This one?
Yeah.
For the people
So-
with bone here.
It's
Throw us a freaking bone here.
that particular. It's kind of like a nylabone, but
Yeah.
it's a little bit stronger, and it's beef flavored.
Oh, jeez. Nom nom
He
nom.
tosses it around.
Mm.
Nom nom nom.
He does that
There's
with
a-
shoes too. He likes
There's a
shoes.
dent to my socket over here next to my computer. It was chucked the bone into the socket.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. He husky. He's crazy.
I have Yellow Doggo. Yellow Doggo is also crazy. All right. Everybody's back. We ready?
We have not tried pig ears with him because he's still a puppy.
Yeah, we gave Atlas like one of those kind of like meaty bones one time. He had the worst poops for like 2 days after. And I think it was just because he wasn't used to processing that kind of material.
I'm gonna wait until he's actually a year old for that. So he'll be a year old in September.
I can't remember if he
Yeah.
was a year old at that point or not, but we just now stick to giving him like the filled bones. And then the nice thing is, again, it's one of those obvious things that you don't think about, and then someone points it out to you, and you're like, oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. Is when they lick the fill out of the bone, you can just refill it with peanut butter, chuck it in the freezer, let it harden, and then it's refilled again. It's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. We should totally have tried that.
Stop it.
We've done that with Kong toys.
Well, Kongs are meant for that, right? They're meant for you to stuff treats in and stuff.
Yeah, you can refill them.
But like those actual, like, you know, white little filled bones or whatever. All right, let's.
He's talking back to her right now. She's yelling at him.
Uh-huh. Like you. But mom.
I think he just got put in the in the kennel.
Mommy, don't put me in there. Mama, don't put me in there.
Did you put him in jail?
No, I just yelled at him. He sat outside his jail and put his head down.
Hashtag free the puppers. I love it. All right. And we're back. Ashin, as this dark shadow in the distance mocks you and demands Asteria and threatens the entire town should you not give her up. A deep well of hatred burns within you. You feel the entire right half of your body, from your tips of your fingers up your arm, all through your shoulder, up your neck, down your chest, in the entire half of your torso begins searing with hatred. You feel Chevrash's voice in your head.
Patience. Patience, Ashin. But let the hatred flow. That's him. Focus. He's trying to goad you. It's a tactic. You know there's an army out there. You know there's a horde. You know there's wolves that you've fallen to before. That was a different you a long time ago. Cast that doubt from your mind. Focus on the here and now. What will you do to save this city? To save Asteria? You know he's close, but patience. Patience.
The searing becomes a slow simmer, and all those around you will begin to notice that this kind of mark that was previously stopped at your kind of shoulder and your chest has now crept up, and you see these kind of beautiful kind of markings that kind of crept up your neck and now occupy from the center back of your neck all the way kind of through this line. And it begins glowing. Silent spell. Mirror.
Gene, Stay with us, buddy.
What do we do? Do we try to buy time? I would gladly go if it meant sparing Phandalin, but I don't want to go.
Come with me, Asteria.
Okay.
I walk down out of the stairs, out of the tower.
Lumir's gonna follow them.
I take my cloak off. Trade with me.
Okay. Trades cloaks with Eshi.
I put on her cloak. I hand her my quiver and my bow. Keep these safe. And I cast Disguise Self on myself and make myself look like her.
Ashin, they're wolves. You don't smell like Fae.
I beg to differ. And then I hug her. And I kind of like really rub myself on her to kind of capture her scent.
Bamir turns around.
Ashin,
I pull out my knife and I cut a little bit of her hair and I mix it like into mine and tie it in. I take off my boots. Let me see yours.
you
I
better
put her
hope this
boots-
works. Because if this doesn't work, I will find a way to bring you back and then I will kill you again.
Okay.
Just
You're
takes
not-
your boots off.
You're not
I
gonna
put her
go
boots
out there
on.
by yourself, are you?
I believe Ashin's trying to lead them away from Phandalin. You don't. You're having me keep your bow. What do you just magically going to breathe on them, and you think they're going to die, Ashin?
I'm going to run.
Take my horse.
Will that save the city?
For a time.
You don't.
You've convinced me though, Mysteria, and I kind of take my quiver and put it back on along with the bow. I drop like my pack and everything else. I just have what I need plus her cloak. It kind of smell like her. Open the gate.
Wait.
Bamir.
Ashin. Listen.
It's okay.
Nothing that we've done up to this point have we done by ourselves. The only way we've gotten through anything that we've had to face was together. If the only way to save Phandalin is to take Asteria home, then we go with her.
You think they'd let you? At least I can keep them busy until sunrise, where they're at their weakest.
Rasheen, they know. They know
I'm
what
aware.
this town means to us.
Mm-hmm.
They
We
don't
will raise it out
need-
of spite.
They don't need to catch Asteria. If they attack the town, if she leaves, they're not gonna catch her. They know where her soft targets are. They're gonna come here. There's only two ways out of this. The city fights, or we go. Am I wrong, Asteria?
You're not wrong. So I'm not going to ask anybody to die for me. Because of that woman.
If I could just even buy us an hour or two just by running now.
We'll still hit the city, though.
If they see her running away, you don't think they'd come after you?
The wolves might.
They
The
want
goblins
you.
won't. Did you forget the whole army of goblins out there?
No, I know all about them.
Running won't save us. You know the truth of my words.
So what is it that you all want to do?
Chevresh said to have patience. I'm trying to create time.
I think what we do depends on you, Asteria. If
I would glad to go with you. I'll even keep this disguise up and see how long I can keep them confused.
But I know I will stand with you too.
You all the way.
Open the gate then.
Do you want to put your boots back on, Ashley?
You know, these are really comfortable.
They look a little small for you.
You probably are a little small for him.
They're
Asteria
a
is
little
only
snug.
5 feet tall.
They're a little snug. Yeah, I'll put my boots back on. I give her back her cloak and I put my bag back on. I still look like her, though. You know, this is really awkward.
Is it now?
A little bit.
Okay.
I dropped the disguise self.
Time is ticking.
Isn't it always?
Open the gate.
Somebody should go let Droop know we're not going to be back for a while.
Take care of it.
I kind of move so I can see Moira up in the tower.
Hey,
The defense of this city falls to you.
Where the hell are you going?
To take this army away from the city.
Meet the parents.
We'll be back.
All right. All right. Tomorrow keep you all.
Pull out a piece of parchment and kind of write some notes on it. And I kind of bound up the stairs and hand it to her. On the note is instructions on how and where to get to this sword's keep. In case she needs to get the people out of the city and get them somewhere safe.
Amir will follow him up there, and hand Moira Godrick's sword.
Moira, this paper, commit it to memory, and then burn it.
Hey.
At first light, make this venture. Go there, so you know how to get there.
Actually, what are we going to do with all the ones that are infected?
Leave them in the town.
I don't think they're going to stay in the tavern now. He's not going to hold... What? 5 bloody werewolves? I thought you had a solution. I thought you were able to cure him.
If the cure works that they're subjected to right now, then they will be cured. But if it doesn't, you cannot take them with you.
You didn't do anything to him yet. They're just bound in iron.
To prevent their change.
You sure that's going to work?
No.
No offense, Ashim, but it's a shite plan. How about we just fill this pincushion full of arrows?
I don't think now's the time for that. I don't think you understand how massive that army of goblins is.
Maybe you're right, but if we start having an army of werewolves in town, I'm more afraid of that. I can kill a goblin. I've seen the werewolf tear people in half.
Unfortunately, we're left with a series of bad decisions to have to make. There is a very easy way to take care of the werewolf problem in town, but nobody wants to make the hard decision.
You're telling me to kill my own men? So you can go gallivanting off in the forest?
I'm not going gallivanting off in the forest. We're surrendering to them.
The hell
so
we
that
are?
they leave. No, not you. We. And he points at the sword. They want her. We're gonna go with her.
Moira's visibly angry. You can see her just frustration building on her face.
If you have a better idea, Moira, I'm all for listening. But the best
How about
decision.
not abandoning your family? How about that plan? Look, we're scared. We've never been up against anything like this before. But you're family to us, just like at least we thought.
So
You're the sword. We're supposed to be the shield. We've built the wall. We've trained the men. Asteria's
wanna
part of
leave.
our family too.
would you rather we all die together? Because it very possibly could happen.
It could. Or we could light the walls with pitch, prevent the goblins from coming up, put every arrow in the damn city into them and see where we stand.
And
almost
then
like those odds.
he will turn those people who haven't been turned yet. He can do that.
Look.
I mean, I'll go kill him right now.
Asheen,
No, him.
I
I'll
know.
go.
look. We should at least talk to them. Sometimes the sword has to go on attack.
Are you asking me to be diplomatic with the drow?
No, I'm asking you to keep your mouth shut. And let Hysteria and me do the talking.
Do you understand what that man's responsible for in my life?
I know. Look, we have a lot at stake here, all of us. Not only your past, but our future. And we have a responsibility to do what we can do to protect these people. He's looking right at Moira. It's like, Moira, if with our actions we can save the people of Phandalin from harm and figure out exactly why this force has been sent against us and stop that from happening, it's a sacrifice that we're willing to make, and we're the only ones that can. You know what a battle of this magnitude will cost this town.
Amir, can you still dimension door?
Yep.
How many times?
Not that many.
2?
That would be it.
What if you and I dimension door out there and try to talk to the guy? And then we use the dimension door to get out if we have to. I won't talk. I'll let you talk. I'm just going to go there to be with you, so you're not alone.
I think if we went out there without Asteria, he'd probably kill both of us.
Okay. If he'll let us come out there and talk with him, I'm okay with that. But it has been my experience that, drow really aren't the most honorable.
I get that. But I think if we're going to have any chance against him, we need all of us.
Okay. if shit hits the fan, get her out. You know where to go. If it really hits the fan, you know where to go. Big guy, I trust that if shit hits the fan, you and I are probably going to go down swinging. Let's go. Hopefully Moira will be back. If they do take us, we will go willingly. But we'll be back. Keep our city safe.
Come back. And it will be.
Mir's gonna hand her Godoruk's sword.
She takes it. Even though it's heavy, she kind of takes it and kind of stands it upright in the guard tower.
Keep it safe.
Oh, and the guys that stood guard tonight through all this bullshit, they get free drinks.
Just kind of see a couple guys look over. They're all just focused out of the darkness. A couple of the guards move the barricade across the city gate and open just enough for you to walk through.
I walk through first.
Who's coming out after?
I'll come out behind him.
Thorin, you stand up there next to Asteria. I'll be right behind you.
Anybody got any white cloth?
Oh,
I think they know what we're coming out for. Rushy.
Now there's a bright idea. Hello, princess. It's been such a long time.
Premier, while they're walking out there, is gonna cast Sending.
What are you doing?
He's gonna send it to Sister Corella.
Okay.
Well, we're about to do something stupid again. Might not be back for a while. But I will return. Tell Droop to keep an eye on the tavern. And we'll be back as soon as we can. And if you put in a good word to Mora for us, I'd appreciate it.
Say all that in 25 words.
It's in Elvish, it's fine.
You hear back. You're stupid. But take care of yourselves. Don't die. Or I'll kill you.
All right, that's far enough, the four of you. We just here for the princess.
I'm not coming if they're not coming with me. That's the deal.
You are all about still a good 50 yards away from him as he's talking to you. But it's, again, moonlit enough to where you can start to see the features on his face and begin to see the sheer callousness of his eyes as he laughs deeply at you.
I really don't think you understand the situation here, princess. You'll be coming alone, either by your choosing or mine.
I gave you my terms. I'm only going back if they're coming with me. And you can run back to your little queen and tell her that yourself.
You know, I am a fan of running. Let's see how fast people in town can run, shall we? Unukri, Faigobas, Bromolos, Gradodri. Have fun.
And you're going to see him phase back into a wolf. It's eerie how his body just kind of folds in and expands at the same time. Legs becoming these fur-covered extremities. Arms become hulking masses with dagger tips for fingernails, all leading up to hulking shoulders and muscle mass as his spine extends and his head cranes higher, ears pointed straight up with jet black fur extending his jaws, which open wide, revealing massive, sharp teeth and glowing yellow eyes. He turns to all fours and runs into the forest, just as you hear screaming coming from back inside the city. And we'll end there for tonight.
Well, poop.
Yeah, poop.
Smug, you want to roll to try and pet the dark elf wolf guy? All right, here you go. This roll's for you, Smug. You needed a nat 20. You were close, but it is a fail. Wolfie sniffs your hand, bites it off, and runs away with half your arm.
Sounds about right.
Oh. And it's
there goes
only
that arm.
4:30 a.m.
I guess we can call Smug Tier now.
Oh, there goes that arm. And in game time, it's only about 4:30 a.m.
Hey, Thorin, how is Tier doing?
He ain't talk to me. I don't know.
That was a spicy episode. Oh my goodness.
I hate that fucking elf with every fiber of my being right now. I can't do it.
He's a prick on purpose.
My greatest enemy is the D20.
Dear God.
That was
Double ones.
so bad.
On a performance as a bard after getting a nat 1 and a 4. I'm sorry, but it's really funny. But Mir, you must have been really tired still. You're like, They're like, are you drunk? We're gonna die.
But it was a great speech. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was
Weren't you
fantastic
inspired?
speech. I was inspired. The dice just weren't.
It sounded great in your head.
The problem,
But you were
the problem
tired,
with-
so it just
the
came
problem
out
with
of
performance
yeah.
is that you still think you did great.
Well, that's the thing, right? And I think Bamir thinks that in his head. That's probably one of those scenarios where Bamir's like imagining that like the sky is parting and light is coming down on him as his eyes are glowing red and his muscles are bulging and the veins are pulsing through his veins. Meanwhile, everyone looks at him, sees his hair's all disheveled. He's got bags under his eyes. His armor's like missing a button. They're like misaligned or whatever. And like, you know how you like button up your shirt every once in a while and there's that one that you misalign. Yeah, he's got that with his armor, but he's like, Amira, you're looking pretty rough, bud. I think we're dead. We're dead. That's it.
Yep, we're dead.
We're dead. We're dead. Inside, Bamir's looking around. I'm surrounded by assholes. Yo. Oh, good stuff tonight, though, everybody. My goodness. What a comeback.
I thought I heard a mole there.
Oh, thought you heard a mole. You might have. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, we're going to have to see what happens next week. Investigate whatever screams are happening from
We know.
from inside.
We know.
We know.
We know
Moonbeam
exactly what
For
happened.
everyone. That's what's going to happen.
There's a hole in my tavern. Near Halia.
Droop drop the ale. Yeah, if I could do a high pitched droop scream.
God, Droop. Oh, Droop is so dead. Droop is either going to be dead or he's going to be a paladin. One or the other. There's only two outcomes of this situation.
No in betweens.
I
No in
prayed to
between.
Tyr, and he said, "Kick their ass, Droop."
Oh my God.
And all of a sudden, I was 10 feet tall and glowing, and I had the strength of Godorok.
Shoot, if we get back to the tavern and Droop's dead, that
That's gonna be
tattoo
rough.
is a full body affair.
Yeah, Ashin, your tattoo is basically half of your upper torso at this point. From your spine to your center, it just wraps all around your body.
He's Two-Face.
He's two chest. All right, well, we need to go and find somebody to pass all the levy loves to. Upcast crew, once again, thank you so much for the raid. I know you guys are up late and you all have to go to bed afterwards, but guys, if you don't follow Upcast crew yet, you need to be doing the things. And once again, if you are catching this in the VOD format on the YouTubes or anywhere else, please make sure that you are subscribing or following whatever you can do on that said platform for more awesome goodness. And you can come hang out with us live on Twitch and Trovo on Saturday nights, right around 10:30 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And come catch up with us on our Rime of the Frostmaiden games on Mondays at the same time, same place. That said, we love you guys, and we will catch you guys next time. So, let's find a Wade target. A Wade target. Why is there music playing? Don't do that. Who is live? Meow. Meow. Let's see.
I blame roll 20.
You blame roll 20. I
20's
mean, that's
fault.
fair. You can blame roll 20.
Or
All right,
like roll 1.
let's go over to a looks like there's a 24-hour D&D charity live stream. Roll with Advantage 5e is the channel. We're gonna go and pass everybody over there and go say hi and check them out. All right, let's do it.
All right. I just found out that roll1.net also points to roll 20.
That makes so much sense.
I love it. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and raid, fam. Let's do it. Did the raid work? Where's my raid thingy?
Says we're raiding.
It's still going.
I'm not seeing the notification over here. Where did it go? It usually pops up on my screen. Why is it not working?
I got a notification.
Mm.
It's rolling.
Did it cut over yet?
No, it's
No.
still
The bar is ticking down.
timing down.
I'm so confused.
Confuzzled.
There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There. 3, 2, and 1, and there we go.